Rolling camera 2. Rolling camera 3. April beats you to the
The way he makes it. What is this, Charlene? I'm like, I don't know why.
See, I'm doing it again. I'm looking like toward. I have to find a way to look out.
Clap again.
Yes, clap again.
Go.
Look at us in sync.
I worked hard on that.
Okay, so you have to say the quote again. You just because now we just.
Oh, I said I love you. You're good to me. No, you love me. You're good to me. I may have to kill you.
So this started from a conversation that Char and I were having before. That it's like when you're raised in, a tumultuous childhood. Let's just say we'll just put it there.
I would say fun.
Char and I both had tumultuous childhoods. It's hard when you're older, when you have people that truly, truly love you. And I was telling her about with my husband, he's so good to me. I mean, no one could love me more than this person. And I said to him one day, I'm like, I think, like, you love me so much, like, I may have to leave you. So it's just like, because there's actually like a feeling of uncomfortableness to be loved so 100% without rules, without like, I love you, but blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm used to that. Because if you love me, but then I can be active in the relationship. I just won't do this and you'll continue to love me. But if you're going to love me no matter what, I'm confused. So this started out with a conversation we were having about triggers and things like that and stuff that she goes through.
Well, I was doing this thing. I don't know how, but then we were talking about our childhoods, and then we got into the wonderful conversation, which you made me laugh hysterically. Please say that again.
What was it?
She was talking about the day. Only I could think it's funny. The day you were like, "I'm done." Like we were talking about wonderful things where you say, "I'm done," and then that's when you kind of make a major change.
Yeah.
So you said.
So this is when I kicked the lamp.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a household that was very active. And so, things were solved with perhaps a table flying across a room. And
There's nothing that says love like a flying table.
Not a chair, a table. Okay.
There's nothing that says, I'm proud of you, good job, like a giant ceramic head flying past you. So, things that did happen. And so, when I was getting older and like I was in my early 20s, my like kind of emotional response to things was, I'd have no problem picking these two mics up and just flinging them out the window. So, because that's what I was taught. You get mad and something like for some reason, this is my dad. My mother was not this way at all. But my dad would get mad and like the go-to was, what can I grab and what can I toss?
Yeah.
And so, so when I was in my early 20s, there was like a whole kind of argument in the house. I was being gaslit. And I kicked a lamp. I just just my foot like karate chopped this lamp. And so I love that makes you laugh.
I just like karate chopped him. Why wouldn't I laugh?
And so I ended up at UCLA. I was with my best friend Heidi, who's been my best friend since kindergarten, and went through all of my childhood with me. And literally, when they talk about like a female bond that saved my life, this girl truly saved my life because she was an empath. She reminds me a lot of you because she was an empath, but she was a full comedian and completely inappropriate most of the time. And she was my favorite person. Oh. And so because she had a deep, deep understanding and compassion for what I was going through as a child. And so she was with me and we went to UCLA. And I just remember I just sat there and I looked at my ankle was blowing up. And I just said to her, I'm done. I'm never doing this again because this is where you left because I said, this isn't who I am. I said, this is not who I am. Like, I'm actually not this person. This is learned behavior and I will never do this again. And that was it. And I never did. And so Char was saying to me too, she's like, how do you do that? I said, it's like a light switch. I just decide that I no longer, because it's not really who I am anyway. And I knew in that moment that I was taught, when you get mad, this is what you do by watching.
Well, I was laughing because I could just picture her hurling a lamp and going, this is not who I am.
I was thinking,
I am so gentle.
while it's flying.
was, but so we talked about, because Char does a lot of retreating. She does a lot of spiritual things. And the difference I would say between her and I is I'm very much the person like, just change, like stop. Like there's no magic answer up in the Himalayas. Why my father threw a table? I just had to know and stop.
I don't have to know any, but that's the Bob Newhart on
what's that?
I say two simple words, and I cannot tell you the amount of people who say exactly the same thing you're saying. I mean, this is not Yiddish, Catherine. This is English. Stop it.
So I should just stop it.
There you go. I mean, you don't want to go through life being scared of being buried alive in a box, do you? I mean, that sounds frightening.
It is.
Then stop it.
I can't. I mean, it's been with me since childhood.
No, we don't go there. Just stop it.
So I should just stop being afraid of being buried alive in a box.
You got it.
It's just stop it. Well, I just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes, yeah.
What do I stop?
Just change.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just
Stop.
change. Just change. Like when someone says, just leave him or leave her. Leave
Yeah.
him. Just leave him. Just leave him. And I know it sounds like it's not that easy,
some
but
things-
it is.
No, but this is what I get. I could care. Listen, I'm very compassionate. My sister said I was like, she's like, you're the one person like I can forgive in 4 seconds. I'm like, I don't want to like fight. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Even if you did the
Yeah.
horrendous,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, no, like I don't care.
I can too.
But I was saying, oh my god.
But I'm never talking to you again.
No.
I mean, I can forgive in 4 seconds, but also we're done. And so it's like, but I don't
Yeah.
carry it with me. Yeah.
I was a flight attendant, and I hated every 4 seconds of it. I hated it all. I was afraid of flying, and didn't want to be there. And so I'm like, how do I get out of this job? And I'm like, maybe I could throw myself off the plane. You know what I mean? Break my arm or something. I remember my friend goes, or you could quit.
Right. Right.
And it didn't even dawn on me.
you. Yes.
Like,
yes.
I really was like, I could hurl myself.
Yeah.
But the truth is, like, I do things because I was imprinted on all these people that were like crazy, and I don't mean crazy in a bad way. I mean crazy in a good way. Like my mother didn't have a driver's license, so we didn't have anywhere to get stuff. So we just always improvised in the house. So nothing was what it was supposed to be. So even now when I do something, my friend goes, "Why are you eating the cereal with that big spoon?" I go, "I don't know. I didn't."
Because it's what was there.
I didn't see another one.
Yeah.
So she'll go, okay. So I hate that look of like, okay, and I'll go, and then I'll go, note to self, don't ever do that again, because the outside world, it's like I start computing, the outside world is saying that is weird. The look on her face is looking at you. She's doing this. So I'll start to look
You're
around
reading.
like,
Yeah.
Or like nobody dressed me. I had to learn how to dress myself. And then you have to learn how to dress yourself with, I don't know, my dad's socks. So it's like whatever I had. So like, then you go to school and you were like this. No, this is something bothering everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. And then I would leave during whatever I was. I didn't care when the fuck it was. I am out of there. I left school. I would walk home. When I got older, I go, how the hell did I walk home? What is it, 90 miles? What was I, like 4? So, like, I just have this thing, like, I'm always in self-help, but it's really to be loved and accepted. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. I'm not trying to figure out my mother. I'm not trying, and I always feel like bad for them because my mom had to shoot me. She was 17, so did my father. We grew up with no money, and then my dad had money. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, like, I more or less just constantly go, because people go, Charlene, just be yourself. And I always go, no. No, it's literally the last thing I want. Like, me-self is bad. Like,
Me-self.
No, I go with the wrong men. The men that I have are just like, whatever is comfortable and normal is like, no, it always ends in something crazy. I always end up losing my stuff. I'm like, meaning I'll go, oh, I gotta learn from that. That was awful.
But that's the thing. That's what we were talking about, is that always assuming that the way somehow to the answer or whatever is within all of these different like books and retreats and meditations and psychics and blah, 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 blah. And not that stuff isn't helpful and fun, because it is. But the answers are never, and sometimes it's as simple as, I'm just going to stop. That's it. I'm just going to stop. I don't need to like go and meditate.
You want me to stop doing crack? I'm just going to stop.
I'm not
tomorrow.
talking about crack.
No,
I'm talking about just learned
I
behaviors
understand.
or yeah.
No, I
or
like
searching.
that. I like
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
usually when you change is when you go.
Okay.
No, but I want to say something.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying. And at the same time, if we have addictions, those are a bitch to just say
Yeah.
no.
Well, that's different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
But the
get what you're
learned
talking about.
behavior, I
Yeah.
love that. How
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you looked at the 30,000 foot level of
Yeah.
what you were doing.
Yeah.
And you said, not gonna do that.
Yeah, no.
That's just not working for me.
Yeah. Just to make the decision. Yeah.
Well, this retreat. So I did get one thing. I took a 12-day retreat, which
Okay.
was 2 hours of meditation. 2 hours of meditation. This is daily, and I've done this breath work for a very long time. So it is a very intense breath work.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because I go, well, you have to be careful because if you're doing this breath work, it literally opens you up to whatever trauma has been. It's like if you have a pot, and you're in meditation and you stir it and a carrot comes up, that's what's in your pot. Whatever you threw your mind. So if you come up and all of a sudden you have this visual,
Yeah.
and maybe it's anger or maybe it's this, you go I'm going to push that away. Well, you can't
because that's why you're
that's
there.
what wants to come up.
Yeah.
So you go, I don't want that to come up. That's what I'm trying to like avoid.
Yeah.
But when you're meditation, you're like, there it is. Things I don't like about myself. Oh, you wanted to see this? But I was saying in the retreat, because I've done this work for so long, I've been on thousands of retreats and whatever. Like you said, going to the Himalayas.
Yeah.
And my teacher used to say, you don't need to go to the Himalayas, find God. You can find him in
That's
your bathtub.
exactly.
But I will say, I was getting angry from being there. Because I was getting angry that I'm like, oh, fuck this. Like, I don't want to be
you're
here.
over it.
I was like,
So then you've
I was like,
evolved.
This is me. Pumping the endorphins, the
Yeah.
fun music.
Yeah.
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 You're taking my breath and you're giving me a higher state. I go, and then you're like, don't you feel good? And you're like, shut the fuck. So like, I was kind of like, ugh.
Don't you feel good?
I
Shut the fuck up.
No, but then there was one thing, he goes, space, and I go, and I'm like looking around, I go, give me my space. And my friend was so gung-ho that I go, like people with the cowboy, lit cowboy hats, like, woo, walking by me, like, how? Like, I go, no. I was like, I couldn't. But then I do feel there's an interest. But I mean, I don't think you understand. I've been to Lourdes, France.
I know you
Lourdes,
have.
France.
I
Do you know what that
you
is?
have.
Do
This
you know-
girl has been on a search.
No, the Lady Madonna.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I just go.
Have you been to the Himalayas though?
No.
Because April mentioned that.
No,
earlier.
but I wanted to go because Yogananda, he was, and he's got the temple here, the temple, whatever.
Is it
Spiritual Enlightenment.
Is it the place that's offered?
SFE, yeah. Palisades.
Yeah, I didn't even finish the sentence. You
Sorry.
said, yeah.
It is.
Which, by the way, did not burn down.
No, but I know. Yeah, it didn't.
It's in the Palisades. It's kind of crazy. Everything burned down around it. Yeah.
And this is what I figure. After all of this work, I go,
I could just go to Malibu.
it's an inside job.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying
Yes.
to search
Also,
to
can
be
I
okay with
yes.
it. And it's like, forget
Can I
it.
just say something?
I can't.
Because there's two things you said. And the one thing that I don't like is you said, like, the things that I don't like about myself. I feel like when you're coming from that place, like, in other words, I can only think about this as like another person. Like, if I had a problem with you, or Michael, whoever in my life, or myself, it's not, I wouldn't think of it like, Bill, this is what I don't like about you. I would never think of it in that way. I would just think like, this is where I'm having like a conflict, or I'm being pushed up against a wall, or, so I hate even the wording what I don't like about myself. Okay. So that's one thing. I feel like right then and there you've trapped yourself.
Yeah,
You've trapped yourself. And
Yeah.
also, maybe, because you said, like, I just thought I feel angry. I'm just this. So I'm in a bad. Maybe it's just who you are.
No, I think it's hormones.
And why? But if that's who you are.
I know I do. I don't have any.
But if
That's what I
that's
said.
a-
I go.
well, there's
are there any hormones going to be given at this
there's
retreat?
a patch
Because
for
I have
that.
none.
There's a patch for that.
No, you can't.
What I'm saying is,
I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
and maybe it's, maybe you're just
No, I'm irritated
like
that
who
I said that.
Oh, who is it that not Ann, is it Ann Leibovitz? Is she the one that Ann Leibovitz, the commentator, lives in New York? She's just like the grumpy New Yorker.
Oh, I love her. Fran.
Yes, yeah, Fran Leibovitz.
Yeah.
Ann's I think the
That's
photographer.
that's the photographer.
Yeah. So Fran Leibovitz.
I love
what
her.
I love about Fran. Now, Fran Leibovitz has no problem being Fran Leibovitz. She doesn't make excuses for it. She doesn't say she's sorry. She's not going anywhere and trying to meditate. She smokes too much.
I
She's
know.
probably going to die
Yeah.
cancer. She knows it. She
Yeah,
accepts.
she's like 80.
She accept. Well, so there you go. I don't think she's that old, but she.
Many people here don't agree with me, but that's okay. I have no power. I'm always astonished people get so angry at me. I think, so what? You don't agree with me. There's nothing I can do. I'm just telling you what I think.
Accepts, and she just lives her life. So I feel like we live in a time where it's, again, what we're over. You've got to change something, Char. You've got to be different. You've got to get rid of what we don't like about you, what you don't like about yourself. Why?
Well,
why?
because then I'm attracting this crazy shit, or I'm attracting, or like.
But maybe you're attracting it because you're not truly just letting yourself be who you are. Like, in other words, I'm a New Yorker.
I don't even know what that means when people say that. I really don't. I feel like you're asking me, like, do you know about anything about the Earth's crust? I don't know.
So you don't feel at all you know who you are as a person.
Oh no.
Come on.
No.
You have no idea who you
Well,
are.
I will say.
Here we go. Here
no,
comes the truth.
I will say the
Here
only
comes the
thing I
truth.
realize is I go, there's nothing I can do. I have a sick, twisted mind. Meaning, like, I go for the joke, and my sisters are always like, what is wrong with it? I go, I can't.
So it's not that
change.
it's not that you don't know who you are. It's that you think it's not accepted, so you're always trying to
Oh,
change
no,
who
it's
you
not
are.
accepted.
Yeah, because you do know who you are. I know you do.
I don't know if I know who I am, because like you said, there's things that you learn, like throwing the lamp as you're throwing it. Do I want to be this way? It seems.
But I said when I threw
I'm
it.
gentle.
What did I say to you when I threw it? This is not who I am. So I know who I am,
Yeah.
and that wasn't me, and I
Yeah.
knew it. What about you, Bill? Do you feel like you know who you are?
Yeah, and at the same time, it's a bit of a mystery and a conundrum because of what I've been through in my life and things the stages that have happened, and I'm always looking back, going, so which is the real me?
Ah, okay.
Well, sometimes like you'll be a certain self,
Right, a part
that
of you.
You go, oh, I want this, and you go,
Yeah.
why? Because you go, I never really wanted that. I just wanted vengeance on the past, so I wanted this thing that made me look good to the outside, because then
Yeah.
I'll be loved and accepted.
Yes.
Right.
I never really wanted that.
Yes,
in the
Yes.
fucking first
yes,
place.
Been
yes,
there.
yes,
And that's
yes,
another
yes.
wake up. You go, so you go, oh, I think I've been driving. I know I want.
Yeah.
I want this, and then you go, no, you didn't. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like even like shoes. I go, I don't want these shoes.
Yes.
I just want whatever the fuck that is, so I can.
And
just
I thought
not
those
to
shoes
worry
were
about
going to
it.
give
Yeah.
me that or something
or
like
just,
that.
just
Yes.
be like
Yeah.
everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
do you know the best? I will say the best. If everyone wants to chime in, whatever their best, the best book I can recommend with all the work I've done, and he worked under my guy who was Amrit Desai, who was the head of Kripalu. That was his guru, and his name is Michael Singer. And Michael
Can you
Singer
explain
wrote,
what Kapalo is? Because I don't even know what
Kapalo
that
was
is.
a yoga.
Oh, okay.
A yoga center
Yeah.
in the
'Cause you
Berkshires
said
in
it a couple
Massachusetts.
times. Okay, and I don't
so
even know what it
Kapalo's the biggest yoga center in and whatever. And but he taught me real yoga. Nothing about exercise. The real yogis, it's a religion. They're trying to find Brahman, who's God. Period. It is yoke. It is hatha yoga means you're bringing your mind and body together. It's
I love this.
It's-
I never knew any of this.
literally like if somebody goes, well, you know, I'm not flexible. You're not flexible to find God. They didn't even do exercises.
That's so interesting.
They gave those Ashtanga exercises to the kids because they were monkey mind. So they weren't even for the adults. So the yogis had bridge, they'd have headstand. That was it. But they were in those caves. He would go, because I'd go, well, I can't do this. And he'd go, tiny little men in caves. He goes, you're not, your hips are not meant to do, my hips will never, I have to break them in order for me to do this, because it doesn't, they'll go, but you can learn to stretch and open your muscles.
Wait, what's tiny little men in caves mean?
He means like I would go, well, I can't be a yoga teacher because I'm not flexible, because I can't put my leg over my head. And he'd say, only whores can do that, Charlene. That was my joke. But he would say, like, it doesn't matter. Your hips are this way. Your bones are this way. And he'd say the people that were doing those exercises were tiny little men in caves who ate nothing but goat's milk.
Oh.
So of course they could
Yeah.
get in these positions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
their bodies were meant to do that.
Yeah.
And some bodies...
They weren't running around New York City, like probably
some bodies were
tightening
not-
up in ways
But
that,
they're not
yeah.
I have baby hips.
Yeah.
He goes, your hips will never do that.
Yeah.
He goes, you have to break them. He goes, what are you talking about?
Oh, God.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So that was my training, 800 hours of him. And then, but the Michael...
done a lot.
The Michael Singer guy was like Untethered Soul. He started WebMD. His thing is all about surrender. And he says, if you think about it, the best things in your life that ever happened, you had no control over. And yes, you can go out there and say, I'm going to get a job. And you can go, he goes, but you couldn't have thought up something that happened to you.
Well,
if
this
you
is what
paid
it-
you.
yeah.
Because it was meant for, he goes, I didn't want to be anywhere near. He wanted to be a yogi in the middle of the forest doing anything, and then he learned coding, and then he got this huge company. But he was like, but the truth is, he says, when you surrender, when you constantly, because how do you know what you want? You probably want something because somebody made fun of you,
right?
And then, or
it's not truly.
Do you really wear those clothes because you want to, or do you wear those clothes because you're in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And they told you to get the Uggs. You know what I mean? You need aloe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need that, whatever.
Yeah, well, it's funny because this is one of the memes I showed you before, where it said, "God will not meet you where you struggle. God will meet you where you surrender." And so it's exactly what you're saying. It's like because
she gave me a meme for every time I open my mouth today. How about this meme? God will give you what Confucius say.
Oh, because
Confucius say you shut the fuck up.
because when Char's in a mood,
I know.
when Char's in a mood,
I know.
it's like
That's because
it's like the dark cloud comes down, and then I'll be like, "What's going on? Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm fine. No, good. Okay, fine. Hey, right. It makes me crazy.
I walked in today and I was eating something. They go, you need a bib for that. And I went, but then the donut fell again. And I was like, why don't you put it in the bag, Char? And for some reason I was like this.
So
then I walked away.
putting memes in front of her face all day.
So that's where I get, and we'll go back to, I'm shutting down now. She goes, where are you going? I'm shutting down. Because, and then another thing is, I, like, at being my age and having the relationships I did where I ended up sort of in the same boat again and again with not any of my stuff. And I ended up having the greatest experience, so I'm fine with that. But I do laugh because I go, I don't know what I need anymore to be okay. Like, I know it's an inside job. It's like, just feel happy. Just be happy here. Because nothing you can put to yourself will always go away.
Yeah.
Like, jobs are going to end in Hollywood. It doesn't matter.
As we know.
No, but it doesn't matter because one day it will shift and move, and you'll have to say goodbye to someone you love. You have to say goodbye, like my dad died or whatever. Don't sit there and hold on to anything. Nothing's been, and you know, like even I bought these houses in Georgia, very small, but I remember sitting outside and I was like, that's my house. And this electrician, like 80-year-old black guy, he turned to me and he goes, nothing's yours. And he goes, it's all borrowed, honey.
Yeah.
Why are you getting upset?
Sinatra said that.
I know.
We're just renting.
We're
just renting.
With
Yes.
the cufflinks.
Yes, and I always think that too. In life, we're just renting.
Yeah.
We're
So
just
then I'm like, well,
passing
why do
through.
I care that I lost all my stuff and blah, blah, blah? Because I go, I really am this age and I lost everything. And then I put my stuff in my storage shed and it all flooded. So then I even lost that again. And I go, you can have it. Oh, you want this too? Here. So, but then I was like, oh, sure.
Were you giving up your Spanx?
No, I was getting my Spanx. You want my Spanx? You want my tummy to fall out? Do you want my tummy to just fall to the ground? I know. I've said with my jeans, I go, I feel like my vagina heat is pushing down my jeans to my ankles because it's always falling down and I'm always like,
Did you say your vagina heat?
yeah, whatever. Because
Does your vagina have? Does it have a temperature gauge?
it's all hot.
Right.
It's all on fire.
Right,
The
right,
whole thing is on
The
fire.
girl's on fire.
And not in a good way. So what would you say, we can go, what would you say your thing is, like your to-go thing? I said Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul.
To go? What do you mean by to go?
Like the best thing you've ever
Go-to.
read or...
Many Lives, Many Masters, Brian Weiss.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Many Lives, Many
No,
Masters.
I love that because now it's a whole other other show.
Yes, because really what it says is we are together for reasons. We did not meet by accident. Life is what it is. It's it's not controlled by us. It's just it's how we I think we talked about this too. It's how you respond in the circumstances. If we're meant to cross roads, even if we don't like each other for whatever reason, that you could try to run and hide. We're gonna cross. So it's all how you respond and what you learn from it. And so and I feel like Brian Weiss's book, Many Lives, Many Masters, it clarified. Like so many people I know that are like going through something or sad, depressed. I just always go read this book. I don't know why it clarified life for me in a way that made me go, all right, let's just. But it's also easy for me. Michael makes fun of me with this. I told you, he calls me Forrest Gump. It's very easy for me to just go. Look, I'm a doer, as we know. She makes fun of me for that. I'm a doer. I'm always doing, planning, doing. But the core of me is just going along. Just going along and enjoying the things that are happening and doing and this and that. And that's a lot of what that book talked about. So it made me feel like, oh, okay, I'm on. And I know when I'm on the right path because
like what?
I feel
What do you think? Like the book? Like what in the book? Can you remember anything?
like
I'm just
specific.
curious.
No,
Yeah.
what? You just said what in the book? What do you
Like
mean?
anything in the book that you can remember that you were like aha moments.
I think when she said his child, that nobody knew he had a child that was born, I think the heart was turned up, it was flipped. And his child, this is the Dr. Brian Weiss, the child only lived for 6 months. I might be getting this wrong, but that's basically the story. This woman who was going through past life regressions, she brought up this kid that there's no way she would know this kid. No one knew that he had this kid years earlier and had died, and talked about how in life you will also have people that decide to kind of take the karma, take the karma for you. And that baby, that was part of that baby, came in and took all of that energy. It was something about that, and now I'm mixing it up if it was that, because I read 5 of his books. So now I don't know if it was that book or another book, because I might be mixing it up.
Yeah.
But what it shows me is, my dad, who I loved dearly, my dad had a fight in a war. The war ruined his, emotional life. But that was all his journey. So it wasn't for me to take away, and it wasn't for me to wish away, to say, wow, I wish I had a father that wasn't, like I see my husband with his father, they couldn't have more of a loving, I'm like this, I'm like, wow. And I love watching it, the way they interact. But his father also didn't have to go and fight a war at 18 years old. One of the worst World War II, not that they're all not the worst, but one that was literally changing where we were going to become a world of dictators. And it's like, so I when you're a young person, you wish, I wish my father didn't go through that, or he wasn't angry because of it, or I didn't have this upbringing because of it. But really, it's not for me to wish, which is what the book talks about. That was my father's destiny and his journey. And my destiny and his journey was to be his kid, to be maybe frightened by this person or treated a certain way, and then learn what I had to learn to better myself, to move on. So it's not about even forgiving. And I wrote a play about this, and in the play, my father asked me for forgiveness, and I said, it was nothing, I didn't need to forgive you. And it wasn't about forgiving. Where are you going? Are you really crying? Oh, this is our little sensitive Char. Look in camera 1. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to make you laugh.
This is for effect. This is all for effect, everyone.
But it's not to forgive or to even understand. It's just to know that's what his journey was supposed to be. I was supposed to be his daughter. My sister cannot, she still has anger and hurt and feels gypped out of having whatever. And
we all feel gypped out of something.
Yes. But it's to learn that the gypped is a gift. And I know that sounds weird, but it is a gift. Because what my father did teach me, he was a rebel. He was a badass. He was like, fuck. Because when I asked him at the end of his life, would you do it all, knowing what the war did to you, would you do it again? He died in his 60s. He died very young because he was already broken. And he's like, are you kidding me? We stopped Hitler, and he needed to be stopped. And I'm like, Jesus. Imagine that I come from someone who's that much of a badass. So what I learned, so it made me, so when little things come along, that's where you laugh at me when I'm like, oh, who cares? It's like, you know what I mean? Because it's like my DNA is something so rich in being and knowing what's fair, what's unfair, right, wrong, blah, blah, blah. So those are the things that book taught me, was to have.
I forgot about Brian. I saw him in Omega a long time ago, and there and just so you know, if
what's
you
Omega?
Want to do it, Omega is
also,
it's in Rhinebeck, New York.
Okay.
It's another retreat center. There's one Essalon on the Pacific. Anyway, it's called Omega, and so there's a thing online, and it's a meditation. Go do it, and it's a meditation, and he takes you to your past life.
Yeah.
And he takes you through, and whatever comes up. And I was laughing. I go, I fucking knew it. I knew it.
You knew what?
Well, I have a fascination. And he goes, whatever comes. So anyway, he just leads you through a meditation of going to see what your past life was.
What do you have fascination?
So I'm always going in New England. I always go to Walden's Pond, Thoreau. I always go to Concord. I always will go right to that downtown Main Street. It's 40 minutes from my house, but I walk Walden Pond, and then I've been to Emerson's house 80 times. I'm like, I know I've been here. I know the Transcendentalist. It was like, whatever. So I'm like, maybe I just love his books. Maybe it's just something that pulls me here.
So what did you find out?
Oh, so I just get this vision.
I'm thorough.
I get this vision. I'm in some sort of in trouble. And I go, and
is this your hands in locks?
Yep.
And you're about to be decapitated?
Yeah, no, this is what they used to do to those, when you were in trouble. I can see the main street, I can see dirt. And then he goes, well, look down and see your shoes. What are you wearing? Because that's usually the period. I could see the little shoes that you would wear, the black, they're like button all the way up.
Yes.
And then I saw the dress, I saw the apron, and I go, oh. and I could see the furniture, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm deciding this. You know what I mean? Maybe. And then there was things that were happening. I go, okay, I was in trouble for stealing, and I was in trouble like big time. But I could see the maids. It was all so active in these kitchens, and I was like, oh yeah. Because I'm always in trouble,
and you're always,
and I
and
carry
you're always,
that over.
Yes, you're always afraid of being in trouble. You're always afraid
of being wrong. And
yeah.
then, and I have just this. And here's another thing, and I'll be done. But I went to James Quincy Adams' house, like maybe a couple years ago, and I've never been. And I walked in, and I went, okay. I decorated my house in Georgia the same exact of the house, same carpet. Same cabinets, and I had the same blue colonial plates. I would make sure I got colonial plates.
Interesting.
Same furniture. I had antique furniture from the 1800s.
Yep.
Oh, it was like, I was like, okay, there's no way. That's my table.
That's crazy.
And the little doors, and even like when you can see the little doors because back then everyone was so short. So it's like you go through the doors, you're like, not me. I'm sure, but anyway.
Yeah,
but that's
very interesting.
That was his Brian Weiss. That you're right.
Many lives, many masters.
Oh my God! When you say that, it gives me chills. I love that.
We are running out of time.
Oh darn!
Yeah.
Should we talk about it again?
I mean, we can.
Because we didn't.
Yeah, we can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time.
Well, do you want to?
Do you have anything to say, Bill?
No.
Bill wants to eat dinner.
Okay.
Bill's over his hunger pains.
Okay. I don't even think in the beginning we said who we were. Well, I'm April.
And I'm Char.
See, that is my dyslexic. Well, I will, Bill. Why are you saying her name? That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm Bill.
Yeah.
I'm April.
Hi, I'm Ben Weiss.
And we're over it.
Okay.
Experiences. And that's the truth. That's what you made your hobby. I'm going to collect every bad experience I ever had and keep it inside of me on display so that it can continue bothering me. All right? That's the only problem. That's the problem. If you keep doing that, you're going to collect more and more experiences throughout your life, and it will get heavier and heavier and harder and harder. So the answer is the willingness to let go of this stuff that you have built up inside.